Hello and welcome back to Travel in Chinese. I'm Mark Rosewell, also known as Dashan. In this series, we're following an American family as they settle into life in Beijing, and then they're going to be traveling around the country a little bit more later on. But really, travel is just a venue to learn everyday Chinese that can be used in a wide variety of situations. No matter whether you're a beginner or an advanced learner, I hope you'll learn something from our lessons. Now, we do go through the lessons relatively quickly, so if you can't pick everything up the first time through, don't worry. There's always the rebroadcast, and then every once in a while we're going to have a review lesson, like today, where we go back and we cover everything that we've been doing in the last few weeks. In the last few episodes, we've been talking about handling problems, like what do you do if you lose something, or even if your wallet is stolen? How do you get around by public transportation, and what do you do if you're lost? In the first episode that we're going to look at today, Huang Renhao and his daughter Xiaojie were flying kites. Huang Renhao suddenly realized that he'd lost his wallet. He's not sure where, but it probably when he was 跑来跑去, running around, busy with other things. Well, what should he do? One of the things he can do is dial 110, 110, and 报案, file a report or start an investigation. Remember, we used the phrase 干脆去报案, go right ahead and file a report. Don't waver or hesitate, just do it. 干脆去. We also talked about the use of 竟然 to indicate something is unexpected, like when Xiaojie said, 没想到风筝竟然这么难放. Okay, let's go and take a look at that dialogue now.
哎，
怎么飞不起来呀？
哎，你放点线，快跑，再放线，对，跑，往这边跑，对。
还是不行。
哎呀，现在啊风太小了，等一会儿有风的时候我们再放吧。
没想到风筝竟然这么难放。
哈，别泄气嘛，一会儿啊我们再试试啊。
爸爸，我渴了。
哦，爸给你买水去啊。哎，我钱包呢？
你刚才买风筝的时候还用来着呢。
对呀，我明明记着钱包就放在这个口袋里，可现在怎么没有了？
会不会是我们刚才跑来跑去跑丢了？
哦，有可能。哎，可能你说不会呀。
我们顺着找找吧。
走。小杰啊，甭在这里找了，估计啊没丢在这儿。
爸爸，我们干脆去报案吧，把你的手机给我，我来拨911。
哈，小杰啊，在中国呀，不是拨911，应该是拨110。不过现在在公园里，我们呀找保安就行了。
哎，爸爸，那儿正好有个保安，我们快点去吧。
走。
It turns out that Huang Renhao had simply misplaced his wallet, and he was able to retrieve it from an alert security guard. But what if his wallet had actually been stolen by a pickpocket? Well, it seems that Xue Mei ran into just this situation herself in the next lesson. 明明是拉上了她的包. She clearly had zipped up her purse. 拉锁 is a zipper. 拉上 to zip up. 明明是拉上了, it clearly was zipped up. 怎么开了呢? How could it have opened by itself? Well, of course, it probably didn't just open magically by itself. 这有时很难免. This kind of thing is sometimes hard to avoid. 难免. And it's often hard to detect until it's too late. Where exactly was her purse picked? 不是在公共汽车上，就是在地铁里. If it wasn't on the bus, it must have been in the subway. We could say, 不是他干的，就是那个人干的. If it wasn't him, then it must have been that guy who did it. These are all language points we covered in this lesson. We also talked about the use of 好 to mean to facilitate or to make possible, as in 请你留一个电话，到时候好联系你. Please leave a phone number so that we can reach you when the time comes. 好联系你 to make it possible or easy to contact you. Okay, let's take a look at that dialogue.
我们得快点了，要不该赶不上这场电影了。
我好久没有到电影院看电影了，还远吗？
不远了。哎，雪梅，你的包怎么开着呢？
怪了，我明明拉上了，怎么开了呢？啊，我的钱包没有了。
那其他东西呢？
我看看，护照、笔记本都在，只有钱包丢了。
在什么地方丢的呢？
不是公共汽车上，就是地铁里。我怎么一点感觉都没有呢？
别急，我们再找找。 如果不行的话，我们再去派出所报案。
哎，雪梅，哎，小李你好，
我打老远就看见你了，给你打了半天招呼，你也没看见我。
哎，这位是？
这是我先生的表姐，这是我同事小李。
哎，您好。
您好。
您二位是去哪儿啊？
别提了，本来我想和表姐一起去看电影的，可是发现我的钱包不见了，这不正到处找呢。
一出地铁口，我就发现他的包开了。
哦，那是在地铁里丢的吧？
这个说不好，也许在公共汽车上就已经丢了。
要我说，你们最好还是去派出所报个案吧。
对，我们还是先去派出所吧。如果被人捡到了，他们也好通知我们。
派出所离这儿远吗？
哦，不远，从这儿往前走就到了。不然我陪你们两个一块儿去吧。
哦，谢谢。都怪我不小心，现在电影也看不成了。
瞧你说的，丢东西这事儿谁都难免，电影看不成有什么大不了的？咱们走吧。
走。
In the next lesson, Xuemei and her daughter wanted to go to the Beijing Concert Hall, Beijing 音乐厅, but they're unsure of how to get there. They decide to go by public transportation and learn they have to 先坐公共汽车，然后再换地铁. First take the bus, then transfer to the subway. It all seems a little complicated the first time through, so Xuemei makes sure to write the bus numbers down. Here we learned 免得 to avoid something. Now remember in the previous lesson we just talked about 难免, something being hard to avoid. 你帮我记一下，免得我忘了. Help me write it down so I don't forget it, or help to prevent me from forgetting it. When they see their bus coming, Xiaojie is anxious to get on, but Xuemei wants to make sure it's going in the right direction first. 多亏没上那辆车. It's fortunate they didn't board that bus as it was going in the opposite direction. 多亏Xuemei问了. Good thing Xuemei asked somebody. 以后不管坐什么车都得多问问. In the future, no matter what bus you're taking, always ask around. 免得坐错了, to avoid taking the wrong bus. Okay, let's go back to the dialogue now and check out what happened.
哎，麻烦你问一下，我们想去北京音乐厅，应该怎么坐车？
北京音乐厅，哟，那离这儿可不近。
但应该有去那儿的公共汽车吧？
有倒是有，不过得换车，你们得先坐公共汽车，然后再换乘地铁。
坐几路公共汽车？
坐33路和718路都行。
小杰，你帮我记一下，免得我忘了。
没问题。
坐到什么地方换地铁呢？
坐到公主坟，然后再换地铁。
地铁坐到哪儿下车呢？
坐到西单站，下车以后你们再打听打听。
谢谢。
妈妈，车在这儿，快过来！
这么多路车都在这儿。
哎，车来了，快过来！
哎，你慢一点，你还不知道这车是往哪个方向开的呢。
反正是718，先上车再说吧。
这可不行，得先问问清楚。请问，这车是到公主坟吗？
去公主坟不对，方向反了。去公主坟的车到马路对面去坐。
好，谢谢。你看错了吧？你呀，多亏没上那辆车，我的感觉还是挺准的嘛。
嗨，幸亏没听我的，一会儿还得坐地铁，到时候可别坐反了。
我以前和你姑妈一起坐过，绝对没问题。不过小杰，你以后不管坐什么车，都得多问问，免得坐错了。
我记住了。妈妈，你看，对面来车了，我们快过去。
好的，好的，好的。
Xuemei and her daughter Xiaojie have a bit of an adventure in the following lesson. They were going to the post office to pick up a package and were trying to figure out how to get there by reading a map. Unfortunately, they had a bit of trouble with the map. 我看即使是中国人恐怕也看不懂. I'm afraid even Chinese would be unable to figure this out or to follow this map, they exclaim. 即使 something, 也 something else, is a pattern we covered in this lesson. even something or somebody would also. 恐怕 is used like the English I'm afraid. You're not really fearful of something. You're just expressing an opinion. I'm afraid. 雪梅 has been intending on going alone, but 小杰 wanted to come along. 正好我也没事. It just so happens I'm free. I'm not busy. 咱们俩一块儿去. Let's go together. In this lesson, we also talked about the pattern 恨不得 to indicate that you're wishing for something, you're dying to do something. For example, 我真恨不得马上打开看看. I wish I could just open it right away. 我恨不得现在就去. I wish I could go right now. Well, what happened in the end? They did get to the post office, but it took a little bit longer than expected. Why? Let's take a look.
妈妈，你回来了。
你姐姐给我们寄包裹来了。
真的啊？什么东西啊？取回来了吗？
不知道，还没去取呢。
现在就去取吧，正好我也没事儿，咱们俩一块去。
行啊，不过我得先看看地图，找找邮局的位置。
不至于那么复杂吧？有我呢。
别吹牛了。好，出发，出门左拐。
一直往前走就到了吗？
走到第3个路口再拐弯。
哎，这就是第3个路口了。
啊，就在这儿往右拐，拐过去以后很快就到了。
妈妈，我们走的可不近呢，怎么还没看见邮局的人呢？
我也有点纳闷儿。按说该到了，你来看地图。
这个地图真复杂，我看即使是中国人，恐怕也看不懂。我们还是问问别人吧。
请问这附近有没有邮局？
邮局
就这家邮局。
啊，这个呀，那你们走过了，你们得顺着这条路往回走。
谢谢。
感情走过了。妈妈，我可真饿了，要不我们先填饱肚子好不好？
眼看就到了，吃什么饭呢？再坚持一会儿啊。
姐姐可真行，这么大个，里面都装了些什么东西呀？我真恨不得马上打开看看。
真沉啊，够咱们拿的。
That brings us to the end of today's review. I hope you're able to pick up a little bit more of the lesson each time we go through it like this. Now, if you have any comments or suggestions, please contact us at the information you see on the screen. And join us next time, because what we're going to do in our next lesson is we're going to go over the following 4 episodes where we talked about things like illness and accidents and how you use your Chinese language skills to handle these situations. We'll see you next time on Travel in Chinese. 再见.